What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Merry Christmas goddamn Q&A. This is going to be the last Q&A of 2025, the very last one. Hope it's awesome. Cheers. My fake liquor. All right. It also might be another one of those choose your goddamn song. Request your goddamn song. It might be one of those. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna put some music and maybe some people can request some songs. Alright. Now it's been 1 minute and I'm just patiently waiting for YouTube to tell people that I'm live. It usually takes forever. It takes longer and longer and longer each time. Well, you know how it is. Oh, there we are. It only took 1 minute for people to appear. For people to show up. And of course we're listening to some Christmas music. I was gonna prepare some more music, some Christmas music, because I know you guys love Christmas. And it's Merry Christmas, remember that. Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays. Stick your Happy Holidays up your fucking ass. It's Merry fucking Christmas, goddammit. Hello, Vitamax. Hello, everybody. Christmas RPG music, that's right. Pretty fucking good, right? Hey, it's from an RPG. It fits, right? Oh, look, people left. It's like, oh, hey, Erick Landon is live. Yeah. What are we gonna ask? Yeah, did he just say fuck Happy Holidays? Dislike, unsubscribe, report. This user is offensive. Please do something about him, YouTube. Sorry. Please do something about them. Because they don't know if I'm a guy or a girl. You know, these people don't know guys or girls. Everybody's a them. They, them. Yeah. Well, 2025. I gotta do this. I know you fucking hate it, but I have to do this, you know. Linked in the description to my blog, to my Patreon page, to all the places where I sell stuff or I do more content, stuff like that. And I just released my top 100 favorite RPGs of all time, including indies, western, etc. You know, according to my blog. My blog is my official website, link in the description. And I released it wasn't a video, it was a podcast episode where I start the countdown from number 100 all the way to number 1, which obviously it's time and eternity. You guys know that already, of course. And I tell a little bit of what I think of the game, why I gave it an 8.6 or a 9.2, or some little trivia about the game, you know, my experience with it, something quick, you know. Usually only $5 patrons have access to it, but now this particular episode is available for $3 patrons, so link in the description. Don't make a line. I know everybody's gonna make a line to subscribe to Patreon just so they can have access to that special episode. I know that. You know, I know. Make a line. So, yeah. That's right, Vitamax. Maple Story has been added to the blacklist. Unfortunately. Confirmed. The fan translation is woke. Fuck that game, fuck the translation. It wasn't a very good game anyway, you know. That little jumping mechanic ruined it. I mean, how are you supposed to do a side-scrolling platformer, whether it's an RPG or not? I mean, and you can't have a double jump or a regular jump, you know? You gotta like jump like this, like in an L. What are you, a goddamn horse? Or a knight in a chess game, you know? Why can't my character do a regular jump? Like, fuck, didn't these guys play Mario? You know? You jump like this, in an L. Instead of jumping, you know, like this, or with a double jump, no, you jump like an L. And you get, anyway, you get the idea. Fuck Maple Story. It's one of those games, great JRPGs ruined by one thing. Or great JRPGs with a fatal flaw. Well, this game has two fatal flaws. The translation, which was done by a retard, and the jumping mechanic. You know? So, what else can I say? Merry Christmas, everybody. I was gonna do some kind of update video, like the one I did 2 weeks ago for my blog. But just go to it right now. I'll link you guys to it right now. Well, maybe I should wait for more people to show up. And if you have any questions that aren't fucking stupid, please let me know. Oh, fuck. I'll link you guys right now to my blog. What's happening here? There. Oh, I haven't added today's games. I'm adding like 2 games to my blog every day with the score and with a video, so you can watch the review or anything related to these games and the platforms you can play them on, and the how much on a scale from 1 to 10 I give to the story, the gameplay, the combat, the music, and the graphics. So yeah, there we go. All right, check out the blog while I do some kind of playlist here. This. just in random songs that I downloaded recently for like recent reviews. Breath of Fire 3, Breath of Fire 1, sure. Oh, yeah. Soul Hackers 2, sure. Rorona. Luminous Arc, sure. If you guys have any... Today isn't exactly a request your song stream, but if you have something, let me know. I'll make room for it. What else? This. I don't know. How about Baroque? Bloody Bride. Shining Blade. Let's go. This is enough. Oh, what the fuck did I do? Wait. There we go. What? What is that? Not even showing the name of the game. This is Shining Blade on the PSP, and the name of the song is Kaga Yakeru Hikari no Senki. See? I can speak Japanese, bitch. Alright, yeah, all of this while you visit my blog. The title of this stream was gonna be Merry Goddamn Christmas, but I was like, it's probably gonna be offensive, so... Thank you, Vitamax. He wants to listen to Yakuza 0 OST. Are you kidding me? Right. Yakuza 0. Are you kidding? It's a hidden track, apparently. Alright, that's gonna be next. Thanks for the tip, man. Thanks for the super chat. I can't play anything from Chrono Cross. You're new to these. I can easily tell when people are new to these live streams. How do I know? When they ask questions about games I don't care for, or when they ask me to play songs from Chrono Cross. 3 of my really old live streams, Q&A live streams, were demonetized by Nextstone, who owns the soundtrack of Chrono Cross. And I'm not kidding. Well, I received the emails in Spanish, you know. But there are 3 of them. This is a Q&A that I did like 6 years ago, called the best JRPG of every year, plus honorable mentions, plus Q&A. This is when I remember, I don't know how many of you were watching me, But like 6 years ago or 5 years ago or something, 5.5 years ago, I did a series called The Best JRPG of Every Year. Really short video, 8-minute long videos. They were like from 1985 all the way up to 2020 or 2019, So when I was done with that series of videos, I did this Q&A. So this company, Nextstone Incorporated, went through the trouble of demonetizing a 6-year-old live stream, all because I played Termina Homeworld. Proprietors of the content, Nextstone Incorporated. Author, Yasunori Mitsuda. And then they did another one. I don't know if you guys remember when the Radical Dreamers remaster of Chrono Cross came out. And I did a review of it. And then I did a live stream, like a Q&A live stream. It was called Q&A live stream Radical Dreamers Rant. Well, demonetized because I used The Brink of Death, which is the boss battle theme of Chrono Cross. Again, proprietors of the owners of the content, Nextstone Incorporated. And then another random Q&A, I don't even know when I did it. Same, because I used Termina, Another World, from Chrono Cross. Merry Christmas, Nextstone! I hope you're making a lot of money thanks to 3 unlisted and old Q&A live streams with no views. Don't do that, Vitamax. They're probably putting some Japanese AI actor that sounds gay, and he's they, them, Alright, you wanted like Yakuza, right? This was Bahamut Lagoon. Great game. Okay, so Yakuza, are you kidding? Okay, definitely not my type of music, but you paid for it, man. Have you played Ether Nights? No, I haven't. What are you guys gonna do for Christmas? Me, I'll do the usual, just hang out with my family, Family dinner on the 24th. Family dinner again on the 25th. Pretty fun, right? Hey, I'm looking forward to it. When you're old, when you get to my age, that's what you do. You have fun. Because when you're in your 20s, I remember when I was in my teens and I was in my 20s. I was that guy. I was like, I'm gonna have to go. I was talking with my friends, like we're gonna have a family dinner. I have a huge family on my mom's side. She has 10 brothers and sisters. 10. So imagine a huge fucking event. Let's leave it at that, event. A huge event. And back then I used to hate it, I was like, oh my god, because I couldn't really get along with any of my cousins, and I was too young to talk with my uncles and aunts, or any other family members, so I was like, I used to take my headphones, my earphones with me all the time and just listen to music and wander around the place, talking to nobody. And in my 20s, I did kind of the same. And then in my 30s, I kind of like, okay, I started appreciating it more. Started getting along with some of my cousins, some of my uncles, So it's improved. Things like this improve or get better when you get older. It's funny how you are utterly 100% convinced when you're younger that it's never gonna work. Like all these family dinners and whatever are gonna be a pain in the ass. Again for the rest of your life. You're convinced. You're like, people keep telling you, when you get to our age, it'll be fine. It'll be fun. And you're like, it's never going to be fun. This is bullshit, You convince yourself of this stuff and other stuff like this. And then all of a sudden you get old and wow, they were right. About a lot of things, not just this one. On Christmas, you're gonna be on your office doing from your job from 9 to 5. That's sad. That's sad. Alright, so if you guys have any more requests, let me know. You guys are pretty tamed today. It's not like I'm monologuing again and again all the time, you know? You're not gonna harass me or bother me, you know, with bullshit questions like always. That of course I'll ignore purposefully. I don't care about Octopath Traveler 0, man, so next question. But thank you. Now it feels like a normal Q&A. People asking bullshit questions just to troll me. Or that I know about games I don't care about. I don't care about modern games, you know that. Didn't you watch my video from 2 days ago? Did you see a single modern JRPG in the video? No, they were all games. Did you see that your beloved Neptunia trilogy is coming to Switch? Yeah, and I also heard it's gonna be censored as fuck, man. Ooh, I'm buying it. My favorite JRPG series of all time. Censored! Politicized! Yeah! Samurai Showdown Tales of the Bushido. I don't even know what that is, but enjoy your live stream. Do you like Warhammer 40k? No. Isn't that like a tabletop card game or something? Some bullshit like that? No. Never been a fan. I don't even know anything about it. Except what I just told you. Well, it's almost 12. People are used to my live stream starting at 12 in 5 minutes. I started earlier than usual today. Cheers for all the great questions of my chat. I have a question for you guys. Do you want these Q&As to die so bad? Like, you know what? I feel like sometimes some of you are like, man, I'm so fucking tired of these live streams. I've seen these guys' face every goddamn Sunday. Thank God he's doing these Q&As every 2 Sundays. You know, every other Sunday now. But still, you know, fuck this guy and fuck his fucking live stream. Let's just ask him questions about modern JRPGs and politicized bullshit, you know, pretending we don't know he hates that to fuck him up. It's Christmas, you know, so take advantage of it. Well, Vitamax, it's not like I'm reading the Patreon chat 24/7. But okay. Thanks. I'll say anything to have these people. I mean, they come here to troll me. And so I troll them back. I rant and they leave. It always works. Always. I don't know what do you guys expect me, like, you guys in the chat right now, what do you expect from these Q&As? When you join? What do you expect to happen? And I'm serious, you know. I'd like to know. When you join, like, what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to see? And what would you like to see in the future? What would you like me to change? I don't know. What do you think of the Atelier Ryza DX games? Oh, I saw the trilogy digital together for a reasonable price, which is weird coming from Koei Tecmo. Usually their single releases go for like $70 digital, and they never went down. They never go down in price. Maybe the occasional sale, and they drop it to 60 or 50. And I saw the whole Atelier Ryza trilogy for like, I think it was like $40, 30 or $40, you know, plus taxes, because of course, the government always needs to make a cut. They always get a cut no matter what you do. You want to breathe the air, you gotta pay taxes. You want to smile? Pay taxes. They have to get money out of you no matter what you do. So, I don't know what these DX versions of the games do or add or remove or censor, you know, but it's a good thing that they decided to sell them together for a reasonable price. You know? So, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Because I don't know. Companies usually remaster stuff to censor whatever it's offensive nowadays. So I don't know what I think. On one hand, I don't know and I don't give a shit. But on the other hand, you know, the rights of games are usually very expensive. Even physical or digital, you know. So together for like $40. I mean, I'm shocked Koei Tecmo did that. So I can see that nobody answered my question. I asked the chat, what are the 30 people watching? There's only 3 people in the chat? Really? Now, you know, I have nothing against the lurkers, you know, I'm just like you. When I rarely go to people's live streams, or, you know, what I do when I watch live streams, when they're over. I never watch anybody live. Never. I usually watch live streams when they're over, and I usually watch them on my TV, you know, so I don't have access to the chat. I never make comments. I never participate in any chats. I have no social media. You know, so I'm just like you. I'm a lurker as well. Well, it's 12 p.m. already. See, I started like half an hour, like 20 minutes earlier than usual, you know. Let's just patiently wait for people to show up. These Q&A live streams, man. If nobody's saying anything, then that speaks your silence speaks volumes. The fact that you guys refuse to answer my question, it says everything. Trust me. When was the last time you showed your physical collection? Well, like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago, you know. It's a small video, a short 10-minute long video where all I did was move the camera around the shelves that you see behind me. And I started like all the way to the top, you know, and went down and then to the top of that one again, and then all the way below, you know. It's a short video. There's some funny memes on it. That's the last time I showed my entire game collection. Or I don't know if you're if you consider, well, I didn't show my collection, but I showed my Holy Grails. I did a Holy Grails video called my Holy JRPG Grail on every console. It was a fun video because every shot was done in a different location, you know, and I showed all of my rarest JRPGs, you know. Those 2 videos were the last ones I made about my physical collection. What was the question? I'm also watching TV. That says it all, Praetor. I know. The fact that you're using me as background noise while watching TV, it just says it all. Don't answer. I mean, I got what I needed. Out of the silence and out of your comment, I got what I needed. Thanks, I've made my decision. Make a vote for a game you want to stream on the Q&As. Oh, you mean at the very end of the stream? I don't know. Usually when I start playing something in these Q&As, people leave. Just like when we were doing the... remember the Versus episodes from like a year ago? Every time a Versus episode started, like people leave. Sure, a bunch of people stayed, you know, and were engaging. The Versus episodes were fun, but the fact is, like, most people didn't care for them and left. Merry Christmas, Ryan. Merry goddamn Christmas. All right. Likewise. Wow, good music, right? So today is not a request your song stream, but due to the huge lack of participants in the chat, not viewers, you know. It's just today there are more lurkers than chatters. It's one of those days. But if you want to request your song, let me know. If you want to listen to something. It's Merry Christmas. Cheers. What will happen if I... Are there ever streamers? Do you guys watch any streamers that... Well, I guess the question should be, can you drink alcohol in a live stream on YouTube? I don't think you can. Do you guys have you ever seen a streamer do that? Or do they pretend? Like they fucking put some whiskey or a beer in a bottle of water, or they go out of camera to drink, you know? They probably do that. That's what people probably do. What was your username, Vitamax? What was your username? Maybe I remember you. I remember a couple of guys, you know, doing the versus episodes who were like competing to answer. They were always in every episode. Kind of annoying. I'm just kidding. There was barely anything annoying, you know, when I did the versus episodes. I remember that. I mean, there was some trolling, but it was like friendly trolling. It was just people, you know, like when I did a Xenogears versus Chrono Cross, most people voted for Xenogears just to fuck me up, you know. It was funny, but it was never like, you know, like personal or annoying. Merry Christmas to you too. Too bad you can't stay. We kinda need more people in the chat today. Come on, it's the Merry Goddamn Christmas stream and there's barely anybody. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Merry fucking Christmas. Bye. Jesus, people. What the fuck? Metal Wolf was your username? Yeah, I can't remember you. Huh. Wow, so you were the alleged infamous Metal Wolf? That guy was an asshole, you know? No, I do remember you. I remember you. Metal Wolf. You weren't very active though. So I don't know, should I play something before the stream ends? I mean, I'm kind of tempted to play something right now. I mean, considering there's barely anybody in the chat. Great. Great Christmas live stream. Loving it. You know, I was kind of expecting to be like hundreds of people, you know, hundreds of super chats and everybody saying, hey, Merry Christmas, yeah. And instead it's like 2 people. So yeah, I'm tempted to play something. From now on. The rest of the stream is gonna be that. I mean, what kind of attitude do you... I mean, I know some people leave because of my attitude, but what kind of attitude do you guys expect from someone... Oh, you were the one who recommended Destiny of an Emperor? Finally, a sentence, you know? Well, maybe you should pay more attention to what I say, Eka. Oh, Eikichi, sorry. So what was your question? Like, I don't care about Octopath Traveler 0 because, number one, it's not developed by the same studio, and it's pretty much a new studio, and it's a Square Enix IP, and Square Enix is super woke, and I'm against that. So, is that the answer you were looking for? Like, sometimes I feel like I have to assume that I mean, I've been bitching about these companies for years. I'm actually surprised when people show up and ask me questions about games from those companies, because I feel like these questions come from people who don't even watch my videos or barely watch my videos. All it takes for you is to watch most of my videos from the past few months, and you'll notice that I'm not covering anything new, anything modern, you know. And it only takes for you to show up in any live stream, you know, because I usually rant about wokeness and stuff. And when you do, you realize, oh, so that's why. So, like, sure, I'm not assuming that every single viewer I have knows about that already, you know, but I kind of have to. Otherwise, all I do is repeat myself again. It's tiresome and annoying for the regular viewers who already know how I feel about modern JRPGs. So, I won't troll you again, Aikichi, don't worry. He says, don't be like that, dude, please. Right back at you. I know you're not trolling, but then don't ask me questions about modern JRPGs, because you know I don't give a shit about them. Don't be like that, dude, please. That's right, Neo Genesis. Well, Final Fantasy XVI is a woke game from scratch. It wasn't the translation. The game is woke. It was developed by a very woke producer who went out and said, the term JRPG is offensive. It's stereotypical, you know. He said that he made that game, the one you're playing. No, modern game, I call it like for the past few years. You know, anything that's come out in the past 2 or 3 years. Most of them. I do talk about the occasional game, but it's rare. Like in my video, I put a couple of, from 2 days ago, I put a couple of games from like 2024. You know? Against my will. I feel like translations and original scripts were... Like, they were testing the waters. Like, take Triangle Strategy, for example. It came out in 2022. So the localization was done in 2021. And I talked about the game's censorship and altered translation, but it was kind of weird. Some things that could be considered offensive by snowflakes nowadays were left intact, and others were altered because they were, like, offensive. I don't know. It was a weird translation, but that was back then. Like, these localization teams were still figuring it out. It was like, I don't know if I should censor this or not. Okay, maybe I'll fuck with this, but I'll leave this intact, you know? And for the past 2 years or so, it's like somebody, like these corporations and governments gave them permission to fully censor and alter everything till their heart's content, you know? So that's what I call a modern game. Those from like 2 years up until today. 2022 was still kind of fine, kinda. But 2023 and onward, it was like, it's when it started, you know. Well, it started years ago, but it was like the apocalypse of wokeness in video games. Well, stop playing it, you know what, Neo Genesis? I noticed the exact same thing as you, and I stopped playing it. I was like, fuck it. Fuck this game. You should do the same. Listen to my advice. Stop. Or go to my blog. If you visit my website, that's my website. Go to the blacklist, and you'll see how fucked up the game is. You're making an AI translation for personal use? Okay. Yeah, Atelier Music. Oh, you're Falina Dawn, the Suicune 5 fan. Yeah, my man. Hello, Gaming Odyssey. Yeah, Rorona. What a game. It's not that great of a game, you know, but... Like, you know me, I'm very fond of it. What is this? Oh, Soul Hackers 2, huh? That's another game kinda similar to Final Fantasy 16, you know, in terms of the translation. It's kinda like, wow, what? You know, a lot of people hated this game. I thought it was great. Not that great, you know. Like, if we put all the Shin Megami Tensei games together, Soul Hackers 2 is like in the middle. Like, it's not one of the worst, but it's not one of the best. And there's so many, man. And there's so many spin-offs. Like, holy shit, we got the first 2 games, which are called Digital Devil Story 1 and 2, I believe. And then the Shin Megami Tensei. No, the first 2 games are called Megami Tensei Digital Devil Story 1 and 2. And then Shin Megami Tensei 1, 2, If, whatever. And then a million spin-offs like Devil Children, Majin Tensei. Holy shit. Imagine making a ranking. Like all of them. I did a ranking of Shin Megami Tensei, and including Persona, from worst to best, years ago. But I didn't include any Japanese exclusives. So if I ever did one including Japanese exclusives, I'll be like an hour long ranking from worst to best. Yeah. It just feels like a different game, you know. Soul Hackers 1 and 2. I mean, you play the first one and then the second one is like, what am I, this, what? Who made this? Is this really a sequel? It's as if you played, I don't know, Final Fantasy 3 on the NES, and then you jump straight to 7, and it's like, what? Or 8? Very different, right? Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Do you guys think there's ever gonna be a Soul Hackers 3? I don't think so. Like, let's face it, the first one wasn't exactly a success. It may have been partially successful in Japan. I mean, we're talking about a game that was released only in Japan for the Sega Saturn or PS1. I don't even remember. I think it's the Sega Saturn. Never left Japan, you know. And then it's part of a series. I think it's the second game in a series. The first one is called Devil Summoner, and we never got that one. Soul Hackers is basically an indirect sequel of Devil Summoner, the first one, you know. And then we got this 3DS game, and it wasn't exactly successful. You know, hell, I think I treated it as a hidden gem not long ago, like 6-7 years ago. I was still saying, hey, this is a hidden gem. Have you guys heard about Soul Hackers? No? Well, it's this, and that. And it's on 3DS, and yeah, it's a great game. Check it out. Right, nowadays, everybody knows it. So, I don't think it was successful, but they still did a sequel, and I think the sequel didn't sell very well. I don't even know how many copies it sold. Why don't we find out? Soul Hackers 2 sales. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. It's not. Nope, it's not here. Sometimes it only shows you how many copies a game sold in its first weekend, so not overall. No, it's saying 52,000 copies, but only on the first weekend. You know how many copies, physical and digital, have been sold since its release on August 2022, I believe. Anyway, all I'm seeing is people in posts and websites saying here, disappointing sales. You know, but all of these posts are from 2022, so. Maybe the game did really fucking bad. And Atlas refuses to say. Anyway, so I don't think we'll ever get a Soul Hackers 3. Hey Eric, are RPGs popular in Mexico? Yeah, they are. Sure. Especially nowadays, you know, I think RPGs is a very popular video game genre that's been popular for the past 10 years or so, maybe less, maybe 6-7 years. Because over 10 years ago, let's face it was one of the least popular genres. Most RPGs, or most JRPGs, let's just stick to JRPGs because Western RPGs have been very popular for decades, you know. Even in the 90s, you know, everybody knew Diablo, right? But I think JRPGs in particular became popular worldwide about 10 years ago, you know? Like I was saying, like take Soul Hackers, I was just saying that 6-7 years ago the game was still kind of a hidden gem, and nowadays I think it's a popular game, people know it. In fact, dare I say, it's kind of hard to call a game, a JRPG, a hidden gem nowadays, especially if it's from Switch or PS4. A lot of people know them. Like, just take into consideration this. You know Sakuna of Rise and Ruin, right? Well, whether you know the game or not, that's a really obscure game on PS4 and Switch. And now it has an anime, and now a spin-off and a sequel are in development. And the game alone, it's an action RPG. The game alone sold 1 million copies worldwide. So it's like, how can I call Sakuna of Rise and Ruin a hidden gem when it sold 1 fucking million copies? More than probably Star Ocean 6, which is a mainstream AAA game, you know. So it's fucking crazy. So yeah, speaking specifically about Mexico, I think our RPGs have been popular for a while. I've been into RPGs for 20 years, and sure, when I started getting into RPGs, like, nobody knew anything. People knew Final Fantasy. People knew Dragon Quest. People didn't know Persona. People didn't know Suikoden. They didn't even know Fire Emblem, you know, here in Mexico. I mean, only a small group of people knew about it. Only the people in the niche. But you asked any fucking regular gamer who was into Call of Duty, God of War, you know, Mario, Sonic, you know, Forza, you know, games like Gran Turismo, Grand Theft Auto, you know, the gamers who were into that, if you went and asked them 20 years ago, hey, do you know Final Fantasy VII? They knew it, you know. But if you asked them, do you know Persona 3 or Fire Emblem Path of Radiance? They have no fucking idea what you were talking about. And we're talking, you know, Fire Emblem and Persona are like huge nowadays. Everybody fucking knows those series, right? 20 years ago, here in Mexico, I'm talking about Mexico. Okay, maybe 20 years ago, those games were very popular in the US or Canada or some countries in Europe. I don't know, the UK. But in Mexico, 9 out of 10 JRPGs were hidden gems. Nobody fucking knew them. But then, slow but steady, little by little, the genre itself started getting more popular. Like nowadays, if you go and talk to a guy, the guy that I just described to you, the Grand Theft Auto fan, the Fortnite fan, you know, if you asked this guy about Persona 3, he might say, oh, I know Persona, I know Persona 5. I haven't never played Persona 3, but I've seen Persona 5. Like, they know a little bit more. But, I mean, we got this niche of JRPG gamers here in Mexico that grew up exponentially in the past 10 years. So, back then, 20 years ago, if you asked a JRPG fan about Persona 3, he knew it. Tales of Symphonia, he knew it. But maybe if you asked about Soul Hackers or Shin Megami Tensei 3, they didn't know the game. I was like, no, I've never heard about it, you know. But nowadays he's like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously asking me, Mexican JRPG fan, if I know Shin Megami Tensei 3? Of course I do, you know. So yeah, RPGs are popular in Mexico, very. Not to the point where everybody knows Exist Archive or Endless Frontier, you know, but the genre is very popular in Mexico. That's right, Gaming Odyssey, that's a good example, you know. Most people knew about Fire Emblem because of Smash. They were like, do you know Fire Emblem? No. But do you know Marth and Roy and Ike? And they know those characters. Oh yeah, it's from a game, I don't know. I've never heard about the game, you know, but yeah, I know the character, of course. Yeah, Super Smash was huge. I think it still is. It's fucking huge here. Like, Super Smash Bros. And the King of Fighters are fucking huge here in Mexico. I'm not kidding, huge. The King of Fighters and those two franchises are definitely the most popular fighting franchises here in Mexico. Way more than Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, which are the big two, you know, the big kings, you know. Times have changed. Yeah, I mean, some things change for the good, some things change for the bad. I remember several years ago, like in 2021 or 2, I remember making a video called "This is the True Golden Age of JRPGs." I think it was a 2021 video. You know, because we all know 2021 was the last golden age year of JRPGs. Everything went to hell after that, especially with localizations and shit. But 2021 and below, it was. I still believe it was like a second golden age of JRPGs because the genre got so fucking popular worldwide that it was like a renaissance, you know, for JRPGs. Yeah, that's right. You know, the King of Fighters. You know, it's a huge deal here in Mexico. A big fucking deal here. I'm not that into the series. You know, I've played some of them. I'm a fan of some. I have some in my collection. Well, I don't really care that much about them, especially not nowadays. I don't even know what you're talking about, Praetor, but okay. Great. Yeah, the Yuden Chronicle translation is bad. It's bad. Translations are bad. Okay. Fuck South Park. Yeah. If you hear any noises, my neighbor, my sweet neighbor, loves to ram the fucking door whenever she closes it. She's one of those people. Yeah. It's bad for her door. You know, people don't give a shit about their doors, apparently. I treat my doors with care. Because doors have feelings. I should play Suikoden 5. You know what, man? Let me finish what I was saying about doors. Because that's more interesting. These fucking things need to die, man. Oh my god. What was I saying? The doors. If you slam your doors, you're gonna fuck up the door and the frame. Eventually, in like 10 years, you're gonna have to replace it. Don't slam your doors. First, because you shouldn't be a fucking asshole to your neighbors. And second, because you're gonna fuck up your door and in 5 fucking years, you're gonna have to replace it. So you should play Suikoden 5. You know, I've been very tempted to start a full playthrough again of it. I really love the game, but it's such a long game. I don't know what's been happening with me lately. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Maybe some of you will be able to relate. The one thing I can't relate with you guys is that you guys are gonna use your jobs or your families as an excuse, which is a perfectly understandable excuse. But me, I don't want my RPGs to be long anymore. In fact, the shorter the better. If I can beat an RPG in like 10, 20 hours, I'm game. That's fucking perfect. That's awesome, you know. But if the RPG, like Grow Lancer on PS1, I beat it like a month ago. You probably know that already. Oh really? Haven't you talked about that fucking game like 5 videos in a month? I know that, I'm sorry. I'll never talk about it again. Today's the last one. I'm just using it as an example, you know. The game was fucking 55 hours long. And I was like, man, but okay, on one hand, it's Grow Lancer. I fucking love it. I'm loving it. Fine. You know, there are other games like Majin Tensei, for example, on Super Nintendo. Majin Tensei, Never Left Japan, spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, obviously. Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, fan-translated, blah, blah, blah. I covered the game recently. In a video called Top 10 Retro Hidden Gems. Something like that. I don't know. I don't even know how many hours I put into it. But it got to a point where it was just dragging. Like come on, just fucking end. Please. I want to move on. I stopped playing it. The game's great. And I do recommend, it's repetitive as hell, you know, but if you're a diehard Megami Tensei fan, you're gonna like it. It's a good game. But man, I quit. I was like, fuck this. It's too fucking long. You know, so does that ever happen to you? I think there's something really good about short RPGs to a certain point. I used to be a big fan, you know, especially with the good ones, like Grow Lancer, going back to my Grow Lancer example, especially the good ones, the really good ones, was like, man, if this ends in 25 hours, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Like, I want more, because it's such an awesome game that it's like, here's a random example of a game that I put in my video 2 days ago, like Grand Blue Fantasy, Relink. Grand Blue Fantasy, the game, well, sure, the story is kind of like, you know, it's, you know, but the battle system, the combat, the gameplay, it's an awesome game. It's an awesome video game, you know? The controls and how it feels to beat the crap out of your enemies, you know, fighting these epic bosses. It's awesome, right? So I was craving for more. And you beat the game in like 15 hours. 15 hours! It's like too damn short, you know? And then there's a post game, which of course it's fucking brutal. I made it far. Believe it or not, I did some battles in hard mode and nightmare mode. And I succeeded. I should have recorded myself doing that. You know? But this is a post-game dungeon we're talking about. I mean like the main story. I need my main story. If the game is like great and that's it, like, okay, this is a great game, but it's not that great. It's not like, wow, it's not blowing me away. It's a great game, period. You know, okay, I don't want it to be 50 fucking hours long. I don't. But if the game is like amazing, like Grow Lancer, okay, I forgive you. But still, there's no reason for Grow Lancer to be 55 hours, man. There's just no reason. Why couldn't it be like 40 hours? I don't know, let me give you another example of a popular game, because I know most of you won't be able to relate because you hate Grow Lancer. I know I'm the only motherfucker on the internet that cares about the series. What do you guys give a shit about? How about... I don't know. What do you guys give a shit about? Somebody said Final Fantasy IX. Imagine if Final Fantasy IX was like 60 hours long. Like, okay... Back in the day, I wouldn't have minded it. I was like, man, this game is amazing. I love it. 60 hours, great. But nowadays, I would probably turn the game off. Like, Persona 5! What? The perfect example, right? Fuck Final Fantasy IX. Forget about Final Fantasy IX. Persona 5, main story alone is like at least 65 hours. At the very least, if you're a speedrunner or if you play the game, if you read too fast like me. I did 76 hours, I believe, in the game. 70-something hours. 70-something hours. And you know me, you know, I'm not really into side quests. But I did a lot of side stuff, because, well, Persona is kind of not a great example, but you get the idea. I couldn't play Persona 5 nowadays. I was like, man, what? And I'm talking about only one playthrough. One playthrough. And playing on normal mode. Stick to the main story. I couldn't play it nowadays. I don't know. So that's been happening to me for a while, to be honest. It's been happening to me lately that... Like the guy who asked me about Suikoden 5, I want to play it, but then I remember that it's a really slow game and it's super long. It's like a 45-hour long game, 50 hours long. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I can do it again. That's right, Ryan. A Time and Eternity livestream? Dude, I promised I will do one once I get to episode 20 of my Worst JRPGs livestreams. It will happen. But we have like 4 more episodes to come. There's one coming somewhat soon. In a couple of weeks. Yeah, the prologue of Suikoden 5, it's not 20 hours, like 10 hours. Kudelka had you fighting a haunted door? Play Laplace's Demon. Laplace's Demon. Your full playthrough was 220 hours? Of course, because you just put the controller down, jerked off to Xyleads or something. Again, you know, there's no way it took you 240 hours. That's like 5 playthroughs, man. You people are insane. That's right, I can also finish Final Fantasy IX in 40 hours. 30-something hours if I focus on the main story alone. Did you ever play through Dragon Quest VII? That's another great example of a game that I quit because it was just too long. I remember I got into this battle. You needed to defeat 4 bosses together, some bandits or something, and it was hard as shit. And I was like, okay, I can do this if I grind a lot, because the game's also a grind fest. And I grinded for like maybe an hour or 2, and I lost again, and I was like, fuck this. I rage quit on it. If I had succeeded in that battle, I would have eventually reached another battle like that. Fuck it, you know, Dragon Quest VII, too damn long. I did a video long time ago, like 2 years ago, called 10 JRPGs that overstayed their welcome. Basically, that they were too damn long, unnecessarily long, like some of the Trails games. Like Cold Steel 3 and 4, like, man, you have no excuse to be this fucking long, man. Do you consider yourself anti-woke? Yes, 100%. Ricardo. Ricardo with a double C? What is that? Are you Portuguese or Italian? Ricardo! Well, if you ever decide to play Grow Lancer, AWOL, I did a video called Grow Lancer Rank from Worst to Best and Where to Start. Make sure to watch it. We are getting old. Sure. No, Fantonium. In Mexico, is it common to use fireworks for Christmas? This is the fireworks country. They do fireworks for everything. What a question. Dude, I live here, and every time there's a holiday, any holiday, there's fireworks. This is fireworks country, man. Fireworks land. The United States of fireworks. We used to. I don't know how it's called. I don't know how this country is called nowadays, by the way. But it used to be called United States of Mexico. Did you guys know that? You probably didn't. But if you're from Mexico, did you know that? Or do you remember that? It used to be called the United States of Mexico. Now it's not anymore. I don't even know. Maybe it's just Mexico. Do you speak English as your native language? No, no, I just answered that. I'm from Mexico. Second language. Exactly, Ryan. Italian. Me too, man. I really enjoyed Cold Steel 3. I loved it. But I couldn't agree more with that statement. I just wanted to end. And that's exactly what I was talking about a few minutes ago. Like I'm starting to feel the same way about a lot of JRPGs. Once they make it past the 20-something hours, I'm like, oh, please end. That's more than enough for me. Best version of Lunar 2? PS1 maybe. You know, it's just any version of Lunar has a terrible localization. The first 2 versions, Sega CD and PS1, were done by Working Designs. Ugh. And then the remaster, which came out this year, was done by Gung Ho. So you're fucked no matter which version you play. Pick your poison, man. Look at this. It's been an hour since I started the live stream, and now there's more people in the chat. We have a really... We were keeping things going, you know? Yeah, now it only took 1 fucking hour. Oh, and what? There's barely been a super chat? No Christmas presents for me? What, do you guys expect me to go live on the 25th? Maybe I will. What happened to the playlist? Oh, it ended. Let's just pick a bunch of random songs. While I pick the songs, if you guys have any song you'd like to hear from a video game, never mind. That also needs to die because half of the JRPG music has copyright. They're always like, oh, Chrono Cross! Sorry, man, I can't. Persona! No. Final Fantasy! I have a White Day? White Day, a labyrinth named School? That's a horror game on PS4. I don't know, let's play the song I have for that game. I don't know why I have it though. Voice of Cards, battle theme, alright. Velocity 2X. Pretty good game. Shoot 'em up. Vi. Have you guys heard of Vi on the Sega CD? I think it was ported to Switch not long ago. Wait, was it? Maybe I should play and talk about it. I'm always struggling with some Sega games. Like, okay, I really want to play this game, but I know my fans don't give a shit about Sega consoles. But if it's on Switch, you guys might give a shit, right? Because you care about the Switch. That's all you care about. Switch. You don't even care about PlayStation anymore. How? My jokes, only I find them funny. I know that. I know you. Yeah, I know. I'm getting old. I'm 40 years old. How do you expect my humor to be like? Like all of those YouTubers who self-censor themselves and make a lot of memes in their videos and get hundreds of thousands of views? No, I make 40-year-old jokes. Jokes and 40-year-old humor, man. That's me. Come on. What the fuck do you expect? This is a live stream for old people. She's doing a playlist here. Don't mind me. Just ignore me. Oh, Silent Hill, I have a bunch of songs. I can't play a single one of them because content ID claim, because companies like Nextdown. I don't know. What about this one? Oh, Digital Devil Saga. I can't play anything anymore. Alright, I picked a bunch of songs. Let's go. This is one of the best fucking songs ever. Yeah! In my opinion, why do developers make JRPG this long nowadays? I think it's because games cost more and they expect to give you something worth your money, or because they didn't have the same hardware limitations as they did before. Maybe when the PlayStation 1 and 2 era was there, developers were like, oh, I want my game to be 50 hours long, but I can't because it's not gonna fit in one disc or in two discs, you know? I think that's why, but I think it's mostly the fact that people pay $70 or $80 and expect a game that's at least 100 hours long or 150 hours long, if you do everything, you know? Maybe that's why. People want to feel their money's worth. I think that's why. The Star Ocean 2 soundtrack, that's a great soundtrack. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! On PS1. I played the PS2 games for a little bit, and they were like... You know, they're not bad, but they're not for me. But the PS1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, I never played it. PS2 will always be the best console, followed by the Switch. I agree, PS2 is the best one, it's my favorite, but I wouldn't put Switch on the second place. I will probably go with PS4. And then I will probably go with... Are we including portables? I'll go with PSP. Or PS Vita, you know. Yeah, I remember that, Don'ts. Yeah, this is why I only have like 50 people watching the live stream. If I was like politically correct, anti-everything, anti-guns, anti-whatever, Let's talk about guns. That's a great conversation. It's gonna make a lot of people leave. Shorter games will take less time to develop too, but a lot of players value that time per dollar figure, so they kind of ruined it. I couldn't agree more. Have you played Omori? No, is that the one that's kind of like similar to Earthbound? I think I've seen gameplay footage of it, and I don't feel like playing it, and I've read some woke things about it, so I'm not interested. Don't even ask me, who get that? I don't know, I haven't played it, and I don't care. Before you waste your fucking time, did you play some famous Fire Emblem ROM hacks like Vision Quest? I think it's awesome. Dude, Vision Quest is one of the best I've played, actually. And I beat it this year. I played a bunch of Fire Emblem hacks earlier this year. I downloaded like 10. And out of the 10 that I downloaded, Vision Quest was the best. And I played some others, you know. I've played Requiem. Have you played Requiem? That's the best one. That's the best Fire Emblem hack ever made. Another one that I recommend is Road to Ruin. Amazing. There's one called Justice and Pride. Terrible name, but the hack is great. The Last Promise, that's a really funny as shit game. Hack with JRPG music from different JRPGs, you know? That's a good one. But yeah, Vision Quest is probably the second best. Requiem, Vision Quest, and Road to Ruin, amazing. And there was one called... what was this called? The Seven Siblings or something? It's about a family. A mom with her, like, 6 or 7 kids, you know, who are grown up. That's another really good one. That's one of the best. I can talk about Fire Emblem hacks all day, man. May the one true God, our Lord Jesus Christ, be with you, okay? Look, man, I'm not a Catholic, okay? I'm agnostic, but I respect that. Why are Japanese developers and publishers getting far less mass layoffs than the Western ones? I don't know. Let's not get into that. It has to do with a lot of the USA economy and the political drama they go through every day. You know, I don't know. I have my hypothesis, but I don't want to talk about that today. It's the Merry Christmas stream, man. I've been doing this for 1 hour and I'm having a lot of fun. It's been awesome. Let's not ruin it with... It's because Donald Trump did this and Joe Biden... No! No. So Fire Emblem hacks are better than the best official games. Some of them, you know. I mean, I haven't played a single Fire Emblem hack that's better than the Big 5. Or the Big 4 at least. The Big 4 to me are Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, Blazing Blade, and Sacred Stones. Those 4 masterpieces are like... But Requiem, Fire Emblem Requiem, which is a hack, it's pretty damn close. You know, if I ever did a ranking, I did a ranking last year. Fire Emblem games ranked from worst to best. But if I had included ROM hacks, Requiem will probably be number 5. Or 6 at least, you know, it's that fucking good. Fire Emblem and family cannot go in the same phrase. Or fathers at least. Oh, yeah, fathers definitely, but family, there's a lot of family involved. Come on, man, the protagonists of the Sacred Stones are brother and sister. The fuck do you mean family can what? Blazing Blade was so good, it definitely was. But yeah, fathers is like, well, you gotta consider something about Fire Emblem. The old, good Fire Emblem games, not the bullshit from nowadays. Most parents were dead because these are supposed to be medieval games. And in medieval times, people will die of old age at fucking 40. They wouldn't even make it to 50. Because medicine has also come a long way in the past 500 years, you know. So if you study that era, you know, any fucking disease will kill you when you're 35 years old. So it makes sense that most parents are dead in Fire Emblem games or in medieval themed video games, you know? It makes sense. That's why maybe they wanted to get a realistic approach. I'm just trying to justify the old Fire Emblem games. What is this? Is this the White Labyrinth? Yeah, the White Day Labyrinth named school. This is the main theme. This is a pretty good horror game. I think I have a short review of it in one of my top 10s, but in the end I couldn't get into it because it's first person. I mean, I said that just in case you were interested in the game. I mean, we gotta consider all the lurkers. Is PS5 worth getting if you want to play a lot of JRPGs? I think it's better if you don't care about graphics. I think it's better if you get a PS4, and I mean it. The PS4 is half the price of a PS5, and it basically has the same games. Like, I can't tell you right now a single JRPG. Well, there are some, this year. I don't care about those, But all the great ones are on PS4, so... Ali, I recommend getting a PS4 instead. Do not get a PS5. I don't recommend the console. It's too expensive and it's a waste of money and time. Get a PS4. Stick to the PS4. That's my opinion. Nobody fucking cares about Final Fantasy 16, man. Come on, that's a WoW game. It is. Have you played SCMRPG? I don't know what that is, man. Translate it for me. Fire Emblem Fates is family. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, it is about family. Too bad it's the worst Fire Emblem. No, Engage is worst. Well, the gameplay was fine. Fates is like, eh. You know how you people should play Fates? Skip all the dialogue and just play the game. Then it's gonna be fun. There's a lot of Vita JRPG games, man. A lot. I have videos on that. There's some fan translations, that are better on Vita than on PS4. But I don't know, man. If you're talking about exclusivity, then there's barely anything left, With Persona 4 Golden, it's also nowadays on Switch and PS4 digital, censored and altered because it's offensive, Have you compared PS4 and Pro? No, I don't have a Pro. I have the vanilla one. Tales of Hearts R. That's a really good one on Vita. You got the Cold Steel games. 1 and 2 at least are there. You got the remaster of Odin Sphere, which is a masterpiece. Ys 8 is there. Ys Origin. Memories of Salsera. The Vita has a lot of great JRPGs. It's just that most of them are already available on other systems. That's the thing, But if you don't care for PS3 or PS4 or Steam, dude, the PS Vita is a JRPG machine. Did you play Exit Fate? No. A free game? Free to play? I don't play free to play games, man. I don't like them. Oh, so you want another 13 Sentinels? Sure. 13, it's gonna be called 14 Sentinels this time, And instead of having one non-binary character, it'll have 2! Yeah, I'm pumped. Can't wait. PS4 is the second best video game console of all time. My opinion. It's an old fan game. "15 Sentinels. 2 non-binaries now and a trans character." Of course, the Japanese version is gonna be normal, but Atlus of America is gonna do what it does best. Ruin the localization. I'm just gonna leave my blog here. If you click on the link that I just put in the chat, it'll take you to my website, my official website. You can read the blacklist, you can read the RPG scores, and on the front page, there's a lot of games that I've been adding with the scores, how much I give to the story, gameplay, blah blah blah, in which platforms you can play them on, basically my opinion on each game. And there's a video, in case you're like, what? This game has 9.2? What the fuck? I want to know why. Well, there's a video in there. You can watch it and now you'll know why. Pretty interactive website, dare I say. Maybe I should add a video game in there. There's also a Ko-fi place here, a slot there where you can support my channel. You can do a small donation. You can do it here right now on YouTube, but YouTube is gonna keep 30%. If you make a $10 donation, YouTube keeps 30. If you do it on my website, I get everything. I get $10, you know? So it's better. Unless you want to give money to YouTube, you know, it's also fine. I mean, as much as I hate the website, I'm here. Right? Not everything is bad about YouTube. There's that 10% stuff that isn't bad. I traded my PS4 in for a PS4 Pro. How much was the difference in terms of money? Like, how much did you pay for the difference? I fucking hate them, man, because they hurt people. They hurt people, they censor people, they ruin people's lives, they ruin people's careers. My career was ruined because I stood up against wokeness. That's why I consider them important. But I wouldn't phrase it like you did. Why do I consider the woke controversies important? The controversies themselves aren't important. The important thing is to ignore them and to stay the hell away from them and just go back to games from the past and ignore everything modern, you know? Because they are being done by developers and publishers who want to push these agendas, and if you speak or criticize these agendas, they kind of ruin your life, you know? These people are fucking evil, man, and they've proven it. There's a reason why millions and millions of people worldwide fucking hate it with a passion. Because it's not just some political view anymore. It's an oppressive, totalitarian bullshit ruining people's lives, careers, and economy. It hurts people, man. Badly. What is this? Vi on the Sega CD. Can it be a dictatorship? Yeah, pretty much. A dictatorship called video game industry, Hollywood, Disney, Sweet Baby, Black Rock, Netflix, whatever you want to call it. Just trying to brainwash people, you know. Can we not talk about that today? You know, I'm okay with the fact that I linked my website in the chat 3 times today, and in all 3 occasions, the chat went kind of silent. That's a good sign. That means that people are checking it out. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. I mean, they only check it out for like half a minute, you know, but now they know it's there. Visit it every day. Like, what games is he gonna... What JRPGs is he gonna put up today? And with what score? You know? Yeah. Like, I'm not being sarcastic. I appreciate that. You guys are checking it out. Thank you. You bought yourself a handheld PC for Christmas. Legion Go S. Any games you recommend for a handheld PC console? I don't know. Any, like, is 8 Lacrimosa of Dana is on PC, right? That, I recommend that. I have a laptop and I play nowadays everything on my laptop, but I emulate everything. If you're asking me about official Steam releases, like, I don't know that much about it. I'm just gonna recommend the games that I played on consoles, but I don't know if their PC counterparts are great or bad, you know? But you can play the East games. The old East games, 10, 9, 8, 7, they're all on PC, so I recommend those. Lacrimosa is the last one you reviewed, yes. Not reviewed, you know, but it's there in the blog. Are there any JRPGs that definitely need a sequel to conclude their stories? Not nowadays, dude. Because they're gonna ruin them. Which Saga games you recommend to a newcomer? You're asking the wrong guy. I am not a fan of the Saga series. Like, I played Romancing Saga, the remake, on PS2 many years ago, and I fucking loved it, but I used a guide the entire time. And then I played the others, like Saga Frontier 2, and Saga Scarlet Grace, and I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of the series. So I recommend Romancing Saga Minstrel Song on PS2. Because that's the only one I finished. Oh, wow! Atelier Ryza, the Trilogy DX is $90 physical? I don't know, man, if I recommend it or not. I don't know if they censored it. I don't know what Koei Tecmo did to it. I can't vouch for. I can't recommend something I know nothing about. Like, somebody asked me about that like an hour ago, and I remember seeing on the PlayStation Store that same trilogy digital for like $40, and I thought it was a decent price considering Koei Tecmo games are usually very fucking expensive, physical or digital. But you're asking me about a trilogy that was released recently, and it's probably censored, so I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea. But up to you, man. Ask somebody else. What's 99.5% of the time? Oh, yeah. The large majority of PS4 games are on Steam. With the exception of the Vanillaware games, because they hate Steam for some reason. Vanillaware hates computers. Like, I made my game on a computer, but I am not going to release it on a computer. No, sir. Sakura Wars is not on PC. That's another one. Very few PS4 games are not on PC. So if you want PC, for somebody who got recently a PC he probably left. He's probably gone. Some people do show up in my chat sometimes to ask about something, and if my answer doesn't satisfy them, or if I take too long to answer, like 2 minutes, they leave. Like, I'm gonna click on this live stream, and I want this motherfucker to answer my question like this, or else I leave. I have no time for it. I have like 60 other live streams to ask different questions or the same question to, and I only have like 10 minutes to do that. You gotta be quicker than that. That's right. I gotta be a speed runner, man. Speed run the questions. Vanillaware hates anything not Sony related. No, wrong. Unicorn Overlord is on Switch. 13 fucking Sentinels is on Switch. So no, they don't. Muramasa is on Wii. Originally developed for the Wii, by the way. They don't hate Nintendo. Xbox though, yeah, but come on, man. Nobody cares about Xbox. Seriously, in all seriousness, sarcasm aside, if you like JRPGs, why would you buy an Xbox over a PS4 or a Switch? No offense, but it's kinda stupid. Come on. Unless you're poor and somebody gave you an Xbox for Christmas, or you have no money to buy a PlayStation or a Nintendo console, I get it. That's fair. I didn't think of that scenario. I apologize. But you should make it your goal to get a PlayStation console or a Nintendo console if you like JRPGs that much. Thank you, Tad Stallion, for becoming a member for 42 months. Holy shit, man. 42 months, I appreciate that. Did you play the horror game Slitherhead on PS5? No. Remember, man, I don't really care about modern games anymore. Very few. You wanna hear an exception? Speaking about horror games, there's one game, only one fucking game I'm looking forward to that will be released next year. Reanimal. I played the demo, loved it. I think it's gonna be released on February. You know, this is basically Little Nightmares 3. It is a spiritual successor of the Little Nightmares games. I know there's an official Little Nightmares 3 by Bandai Namco. I don't care about that one. because it's not by the same studio who created the first two Little Nightmares games. So Reanimal is the spiritual successor, and there's a demo on PS5, Switch, Steam. You guys can play. I'm not being paid. These guys didn't pay me. I wish they fucking did. Because the demo was awesome. And when I played, I was like, dude, now I have one game. One new game looking forward to. Only one. But no, man, I didn't play Slitherhead. One Vanillaware game was on Xbox. And I think that Vanillaware game is Unicorn Overlord, if I'm not mistaken, you know. What about Penny Blood? Is it going to be released next year? Dudes don't even have a publisher. I don't know why. We can only speculate as to why they haven't found a publisher. Probably because they're fighting against censorship. All publishers want to censor them. Maybe the Penny Blood spirituals, the developers know that what happened with the Euden Chronicle, and they don't want that to happen to their games. I don't know. I'm only speculating in their favor. You know why they don't have a publisher yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Penny Blood and Armed Fantasia. But when are they coming out? Yeah, Stallion, definitely check it out, man. Reanimal. It's a really short demo. I think it's like I beat it in like half an hour, but man, I was like, it blew me away. It is a true Little Nightmares 3. Oh yeah, and it's gonna have co-op mode, local couch offline co-op mode. You know, old school co-op mode. We should refer to it nowadays as old school co-op mode, because if you say co-op nowadays, people are like, oh, it's multiplayer online, right? No, old school co-op mode. Xbox should port the RPGs they own the rights to, like Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon, to Switch 2, PS5, and PC. I don't disagree with that. Do you recommend Ether Knights? No, never heard of it. I think the Wild Arms successor had trouble too, both from the same Kickstarter. Yep, I know. I made videos about that years and years ago when they were announced. I made a video and I also did an interview with both. I interviewed the creator of Wild Arms and the creator of Shadow Hearts. Both of them. You can find my interviews here on YouTube. PC is the best way to play video games. Well, nowadays I don't disagree, since 99% of my gaming has been on PC since I got this laptop, you know? I play everything here. So I don't exactly disagree with that. I don't know, maybe I'm a PC master race. The Final Fantasy Legend 2? I think this has copyright. Let's... I have gotten Content ID claims for using the Final Fantasy Legend music. Well, we can think of a lot of reasons for PC to be the best platform. You can do anything with a computer. Anything at all. Ray Nutties? Okay, I wasn't gonna play it anyway. Even if you came here and said, it's a masterpiece, you should play, I wouldn't play it. Merry Christmas to you too, Who Flung. Merry fucking Christmas, man. With emulators, you can have any consoles on a PC, that's right. Well, mine isn't powerful enough to emulate PS4 or 5 or anything released in the past 7 years. It can emulate Switch games, but not all of them. Some of them kind of lag. I remember emulating Atelier Lulua, and it crashed in some parts, and it was lagging. And then Ender Lilies was lagging like crazy sometimes. Ender Magnolia didn't even work. I couldn't make it work in this laptop. It's not that good of a laptop. But you know computers, right? You buy one, you buy the latest one, and in 6 months it's already outdated. Jesus. It's already old. It's like, what's your graphics card? It's the ultimate GeForce Triple Z. You know, Triple Z Core 10, the latest one. Dude, that's like 3 months ago. It's already old and outdated. You fucking phony. Well, all my expectations have gone down the drain today. I was expecting to capitalize on Christmas, you know, and get a bunch of super chats and Ko-fi donations or PayPal, but nope, nothing today. No money, no gifts for me, no Christmas gifts for me, no Christmas for me. My fans don't believe in Christmas. Your question offends me, man. You're planning on buying a Switch too? And you're asking me what's the best retro JRPG on Switch besides Grandia and Lunar? Are you claiming Grandia and Lunar are the best retro JRPGs? Did you just seriously say that Grandia and Lunar are better than Suikoden to my fucking face? You hurt my feelings, man. I find your comment offensive. You should be cancelled. Blue Reflection has no Yuri romance. There's no Yuri romance in any of the Blue Reflection games. You date your friends, but the game never acts as if there was a romantic or sexual relationship between any of the girls. You want to play Yuri romance? Play Knights of Azure 1 and 2. But Blue Reflection is like, it's just friends being friends. In fact, some of the characters in Blue Reflection 1 and 2, they kind of have conversations about which boys they like. There's no... You're shitting me, man. Thank you, Hooflong. Merry Christmas, and give your mom when you see her. Give my mom what? A Merry Christmas? I'll make sure I'll see her today, man. Appreciate it. My capitalist idea worked. Falina Dawn got a... Dude, Falina is the biggest Suikoden 5 fan in history, man. You offended 2 people, man, with your question. Grandia and Lunar? Get the fuck. This merits a drink. The nerve of some people. Apple ate my super chat. No, it didn't. You know, it just did a typo. But I got it, don't worry. Nobody said they were bad, Datch. Come on. Somebody always gets really offended and like... Those are good games, though. As if you didn't know I've recommended those games before. Come on. Don't make those comments, people. Learn to identify sarcasm. Come on. Jesus. Oh my god. Maybe they spent all their money on Christmas already. I know I did. And you can't spare... What's the minimum? What's the minimum on Super Chats? What's the minimum people can do? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know what's the minimum for a membership. Or a donation on Ko-fi or Patreon, you know? But on YouTube, I don't know what's the minimum. Can you do 10 cents? You can't even spare 10 cents, Praetor? On your favorite YouTuber? No, Donsk. No. No. No, Donsk. I don't keep a record He says, I don't keep a record of people leaving and unsubscribing because of my disrespectful behavior. I don't. There's no way to do that. You're crying right now, you're so sad. Oh, I offended you? Sir, your comment offended me. And now I have offended you? We offend each other. No, I don't. That's a great question. There's no way to keep a record. There's no way to know. And it's not like YouTube sends me a message, Datch42 has unsubscribed no, I don't see that. It's invisible. Yeah, I don't know when people unsubscribe or subscribe, I don't even know. I think there's a way to know who are how many people have subscribed in my channel, There's a list of people, but they need to be like, their privacy settings need to be public, because in case you guys didn't know, you can make your subscriptions private, so nobody can know which channels you are subscribed to. So I can only know who is subscribed to my channel if their subscription settings is made public, But now I have no way of knowing. That doesn't count, Datch. Imagine if that happened, Oh, there's one way to know. It's similar, but if you go to the analytics of a video, you can tell how many people unsubscribe to it. Thanks to the video. Like it shows -3 subscribers. In other words, you lost 3 subscribers. But live streams usually have that. Live streams usually don't make you gain subscribers, Like I've seen sometimes the analytics of some of them, and they're always like -1 or +1. Like, okay, I gained 1. Somebody subscribed to my channel thanks to that live stream. It's usually not the case. Usually people lose subscribers when they go live on YouTube. One of the top 10 reasons why people shouldn't go live on YouTube. I shouldn't even be live here anymore. I should move the Q&As to Kick or Twitch or somewhere else. But I know you guys fucking hate that, You want me to stick around on YouTube. I appreciate it. Hey, you see, Alexander just donated €1. Thanks, my man. Appreciate that. Is that the minimum? It's probably the minimum. You probably just did that just to prove that that's the minimum. I appreciate it anyway. €1. If everybody donated 10 cents, I will get a very great Christmas present, 10 cents. Can I donate to myself? Like it's the minimum. So $1 or whatever is the minimum. Okay. I didn't know that. So now we know. That means I have to rant. That means I have to insult YouTube again. How dare you, YouTube? Not letting people go below that. What if somebody just wants to give me 10 cents? What's wrong with that? 10 cents? That's the equivalent of 1.8 Mexican pesos. I don't know what I can buy with that, but it's something. Which games are you currently playing? I am playing a bunch of games that I played live on Twitch a couple of days ago on my Twitch channel. One of them is called Sola to Robo Red the Hunter on the Nintendo DS, which is basically the holy grail of JRPGs on the DS. Well, the most expensive and rarest motherfucker on the console. I'm playing that. And I'm also playing Barver Saga. Barver Battle Saga. That's a Chinese turn-based RPG on the Sega Genesis. I'm playing that. Barver with a V. Not with a B. No, V. Barver. Because that's cool. I guess they were going for something like that. Like Barber Battle Saga? No, let's go with Barver Battle Saga. That's what I'm playing. And that's it. You know, I'm also playing Monster World 4 on Genesis. Well, it never came to the Sega Genesis. It was released on the Mega Drive in Europe and Japan only. You know, I've been playing that. That's a good game, but it's a bit frustrating though. It's good. What is this? Stella Deus, Holy Spirit with singing? No, it has copyright probably. Why do I even have that song? So let me move to Stranger. So, seriously, 9 out of 10. With video game soundtracks, with most of them you can play anything except the opening or that one song with lyrics. Those usually have copyright. Nobody cares. Which games are you waiting for on 2026? Where did you go when I was talking about Reanimal? How dare you people leave the live stream and then come back? You can't. When you watch Erick Landon RPG, you have to stop everything that you're doing and pay 100% attention to the entirety of the live stream. You cannot go anywhere to eat. You can't even go to the bathroom. You can't do anything else. If your mom is dead, is dying and yelling at you, no, fuck her. You have to be here and pay attention to everything I say. Otherwise, you're asking something I already answered 10 minutes ago. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Some people apparently don't recognize sarcasm. Reanimal is the only one. I don't care. Ricardo, you're new to this channel. You're new to the live streams. I can tell that, Ricardo. I don't care for modern games, man. Don't ask me those questions. But if you really want to know, Reanimal. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I know Gaming Odyssey. I'm just some background noise for people, you know. There's no need to pay attention to anything I say or what I do. People use some of my live streams, like the Q&A, I get it. If you use it as background noise. The live streams though are like, why would you do that? I'm playing a game. You don't care about the game? What if I start saying things about the game and you don't understand what I'm saying because you're not paying attention to the game? I don't get it. But people use my live streams when I play games live as audio background. Maybe some people even fall asleep to them. Which is why I always scream, you know, and rant and rage at the games to wake them up. Like I'm playing a game, I'm saying, hey, you know, this game is good, you know, I like how the kick is performing this game, I like that special attack that she did, you know, yeah, it's a good game, and they're falling asleep, and I'm like, fuck, god damn it, you know. And they wake up and what? And they, what happened? And now they pay attention. See? It's a good strategy. Rage, scream, yell, rant. Always makes people pay attention to what you're doing. Thank you, Ashoka Tano. What do you think of Expedition 30? You did that on purpose, man! You fucker! Real quick, just because you pay $10. Real quick, I put like 13 hours into the game and I quit because I got bored. The end. Did you hear that Sony is now trying to win back the Japanese market due to the Nintendo Switch 2 severely outperforming the PS5? No, sir, I didn't hear that. Thanks for letting me know. Now I know and I don't give a shit. Cross Edge. I know Cross Edge. I haven't talked about it. No, wait a second. I did talk about it. There's a video I did 3 months ago or so, 2-3 months ago, called Top 15 hidden JRPG gems I never talk about. Cross Edge was there. I'm pretty sure it's there. That means you missed the video! Donsk, how dare you? It's not that good of a game, you know. It's I wouldn't say it's a mid-tier game. Let's say, I think I give it a 7.8 out of 10 in my blog. Which is it means if the game's good, you know, it's not that great. It has a lot of problems. I never finished it. I quit. I didn't rage quit. I was like, man, I think I got into a mission. You know, there's a bunch of side-scrolling missions you need to do, but they put random encounters in there. And I got a lot of them, and I got lost, and I was like, no. Isn't it ironic how a lot of people, when you see a game with a lot of criticism or mixed reviews, and everybody can agree that the game has the game's biggest problem is this and that, and then there's me, and I'm like, oh no, those things weren't a problem for me. This fucking thing was a problem, and they're like, okay, but the internet and everybody says that this is what makes the game bad or not so great, you know, and you're bitching about this. Nobody cares, Eric. Nobody cares. Yeah, that's me. Welcome to Erick Landon RPG. You're not a fan of Sony at all. You're not? Why? Sony in general or just PlayStation? Oh, just PlayStation. You haven't loved them since the PS2 era. I have to confess that I love them. I love the PS4, man. But that was it. Once the PS5 came out, my love, I flushed it down the toilet. Along with my latest dump. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, I was a PlayStation fanboy. If you've been watching my channel for years and years, before the PS5 era, you know I was a PlayStation fanboy. And then the PS5 came out and... Best history DLC for you? Oh. Sir, in case you didn't know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna was not a history DLC. It was a brand new official release, a prequel, an official prequel. It was planned to be just a DLC, but then they were like, no, we can make a whole game based on this. An official release, a Xenoblade Chronicles 2.2, kind of like Final Fantasy X-2, you know what I mean? They did that. Not a DLC, by the way. I needed to correct you. I needed to be that actually, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna is its own official release. I needed to be that guy, you know. Now, what do I think about it? I fucking hate it. I have a love-hate relationship with it. Let's be honest. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It became a meme when I first played it like 5 years ago. I did a bunch of videos where I bitched about it, and my fans knew that. If you have been watching, if some of you guys have been watching me for years, you already know that game is a meme in my channel because I bitched about it so much. I really wanted to like it. I still gave it an 8.2 in my blog, you know. Wait, you have a blog? Yeah, I do have a blog. Here in the chat. There you go, now you can click on it. Oh, thank you, Beetlejuice. I've never seen you before. Who are you? Well, thanks for the super chat. He says, Merry Christmas, Eric. Well, Merry Christmas to you too. Love your videos, man. You're the real deal. Thank you. I really don't play JRPGs, but I find your videos very entertaining and informative. Appreciate that, man. Why don't you play JRPGs, though? Now you have to answer. Hey, you started this. Did you play Elden Ring? No. Music's over. Well, actually, the stream is kind of almost over. What do you guys want to listen to? How about... Oh, this. Everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's playing this song. Mugen Souls Z. I know every single viewer in my chat is a fan. I know, I did it for you. That's my Christmas gift for you guys. I was waiting for this moment to play Mugen Souls Z. How do you feel... With what? Wait. Has anybody spoken to you by calling you Mr. Landon? You just did. You didn't even like the PS4. That's when you started to play on PC more? Why didn't you like the PS4? I'm curious. I'm not gonna crucify you or anything. As a PS4 fanboy, I'll leave you be. Live and let live. Right? That's what I fucking hate about woke people. They live, but they don't live. They don't let people live. Unless they have their own exact ideals and beliefs as them. Fucking cultists. How do you feel about the Trails series? Welcome to Erick Landon RPG Live. Snabbeam Sneevers. What are usernames? Snabbeam Sneevers. Welcome. You can't get past Cold Steel 2. Loved up until the Erebonia arc. You're fine, man. I suggest you finish the Cold Steel games and then forget about anything else. I'm kind of with you. Like, I'm a big fan of anything below. I mean, like from Cold Steel and below. That. Trails into Reverie came out. I loved it. That's the end of the Trails series for me. You don't like JRPGs because of everything I talk about? I bitch about JRPGs so much, and I rant and yell at them that it just turns people off. Like, hey, I want to play some JRPGs. No, I think you meant you're a fan of JRPGs because of everything that I talk about. Okay, yeah, your favorite JRPG is Phantasy Star 4. That's an amazing game. Best RPG on the Sega Genesis. It would have been awesome if you said, I don't play JRPGs because of everything you talk about. It's gotten so bad with me that I turn people off. Like, oh my god, I watch this guy and I don't want to play JRPGs. I don't even want to play video games anymore. He just rants about everything. Chrono Trigger is your favorite game, but you also love Chrono Cross. Appreciate that. Oh my god. I don't play. Come on, Ender. What? Elden Ring? No, I didn't play it and I don't care for it. Reverie fan service is nice. It is. Do you wear a sombrero off stream? No. No, I don't. You know what I wear? Caps. Baseball caps. I was gonna buy the other day one that said Chrono Cross. But it's from this Chinese website. Plus shipping, plus taxes. Now, like, oh, fuck. Yeah, but I can only speak about Trails in the Sky, the original versions, not the self-censored remake. It's a huge grind fest. One thing you guys should notice about when I bitch about grind fests is that I usually recommend some of them. Some of them are my favorites of all time. Valkyrie Profile 2 on the PS2, that's one of the biggest grind fests I've played in my life, and it's my second favorite JRPG of all time. I'm also a big fan of Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 only. The ones that were developed by the real Octopath Traveler creators, yeah? Huge grind fests. I'm also a big fan of Code Vein, another massive grind fest, and didn't I just do a rant of Ender Lilies? Sometimes when I say it's a huge grind fest, I may not be bitching about it. Sometimes. Alex Tokash Merry Christmas to you too. It wasn't necessary to say Happy Holidays, you know? We're kind of against that here. Saying Merry Christmas is enough. Happy Holidays is something leftists say, so no. Check your PayPal, I sent you a Christmas gift there, so the YouTube Grinch can't steal it. I also hate JRPGs because of you. That's my goal in life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the PayPal donation. Alex, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's my goal. My goal in life. It's time I say it, man. It's time I reveal my true nature, my true purpose in life on YouTube. It's to make people stop playing JRPGs. It's something usually I focus on Twitch, you know? If you go and watch my Twitch videos, you're gonna be like, man, this guy hates video games, man. Why does he even bother? All he does is yell at them and get angry. Merry pre-Christmas. Come on, Brian, we're like 4 days away from it. It's Christmas already. I celebrate Christmas 2 entire weeks. You may play Code Vein today. Absolutely recommended. That's a good choice, man. Great game. What was the name of the music composer of Valkyrie Profile? Motoi Sakuraba. You've been playing Octopath Traveler for the past year and a half, off and on. You know, I don't blame you, man. I've been there. I've done the same with some games. I mean, usually when I start playing a game, I stick to it. I never abandon it. And if I abandon it, it's because I rage quit. It's because I'm like, I'm done. Like Majin Tensei on Super Nintendo. You know, but I feel you. I played... I'm trying to think of an example. Well, I can't right now, but I know what you mean. No, really, I mean, I played, for example, Jeanne d'Arc. That's a game I played like 15 years ago and I abandoned it. And then I played it again last year and I beat it. It took me 15 years to beat it. Let's say 12 years to beat it. And then Luminous Arc 2. That's another game I abandoned like 12 years ago and I beat it this year. You know, you'll get there, man. You'll get to Octopath Traveler. I know you will. I believe in you. The Alliance Alive, that's a great game. I know you're not, Alex. I was just being an asshole. Noah Fantonium, the Trails series is dead to me. Some of you people should seriously buy a board, you know, to put it above your computer. And remind yourselves right down, Erick doesn't care about modern JRPGs anymore. He hates them, he's against them. And that will prevent you, that when you read that, then you won't have to ask those questions anymore. Though I know most of you do it just to piss me off. You didn't like Octopath Traveler because the only way to beat it is to grind? It's true. Let's face it, it's true. It's not like other games, you know, like, I beat this game under leveled. Everybody was level 50 when they beat it. I beat it when I was level 25. Suck my dick. No, Octopath Traveler is one of those games designed for you to grind. No grind, no win, no victory. No grind, game over, man. It is true. It's a grind fest. A really good one, you know, but to each their own. Hey, I love Octopath Traveler, but you know, a lot of people... Like, I'm not really a big fan of this Gaia. I think when it comes to grind fests, it's the way you grind. I think that's very important, you know. Let's talk about grind fests. What makes a good grind fest? Or what makes a grind fest good? That's a video. That's a video I want to do one of these days. You know, what makes a grind fest good? Nowadays, it needs to have fast forward because, when it comes to strategy and turn-based, you know, because if you fast forward in an action RPG, I don't know what's gonna happen there. Imagine, you know, level up. But if you fast forward, and then you game over, you're dead. So if you're gonna play a grindfest, a turn-based or strategy grindfest, you know, it needs to have fast forward nowadays because oh my god, it's slow, you know. And I think the other thing is that the battle system needs to be like amazing, like in Fate Extra. Like you play Fate Extra on PSP, the first one, the second one is in a grindfest. It was rebalanced, but if you play the first game on PSP, the first one, it's a grindfest. And it could do with the fast forward button, but then if you fast forward, you're just gonna make the wrong choices during battle, you know. But at least the battle system is amazing, at least for me, right? So number one, nowadays, what makes a grindfest good? Fast forward and a really good battle system. Or you know what else? Well, here's a third one. I know some of you will disagree because you know. You got your gamer pride and shit. I respect that, you know. But how about games need an easy mode? Okay, I'm gonna play the game on normal, but man, I need to grind, dude. And I'm so over leveled, man. What do? Change the difficulty to easy, grind for maybe half an hour with fast forward, and then in less than that, in 15 minutes, you change the difficulty back to normal or hard. And off you go. Right? That's a video. Maybe I should do a top 10 good grindfests. Because if I do like grindfest in general, fucking Monarch is gonna be there and that's not a good game. Well, I have a love-hate relationship with the game, you know. But yeah. Do you know of any way to speed up leveling in Octopath between everyone's Act 2 and 3? That, I just told you. Use the fast forward, you know, that's the best thing. But I don't remember when I beat them years ago. Octopath 2 is better. I think it's a bit better. I think the story was better in the first game, but the second one is a bit better. It's still a grind fest, but it's not as grindy or unfair. It's just the first one, some boss battles feel like very cheap and unbalanced. And Octopath 2 feels more balanced, even though it's still fucking hardcore. It's more balanced, you know. I do agree with that. Octopath 2 is just a little bit better than 1. Record of Agarest War? Holy shit, man. Those are some of the biggest fucking grind. I've never beaten any Agarest game in my whole life. Never. I made it far in the first one. And I got to a point in this 5 arcs. I made it to the 4th arc, I believe. I gave up. Because there's no fast forward and no easy mode. And the battle system is not that great. You know, it's great, but it's not that great. Most annoying recruitable Suikoden character? Snow. Annoying in terms of personality or annoying in terms of it's a bitch to recruit them. Like, for example, there's one guy in Suikoden 2 and you need to beat an entire dungeon again that you already beat with the random encounters and shit. It's one of the best characters in the game, though. I forget his name. He's like a mage, the most powerful mage in the game. But you need to beat the entire dungeon again. He's at the very end of it. That's a pain in the ass. But nothing beats the Eiyuden Chronicle characters. You gotta go through the mini games, the Beyblade mini game or the kitchen cooking mini game, and you need to do a lot. All of them, complete all of them, hours and hours just to recruit one motherfucker that's not even playable. This motherfucker can't even join your party. So it's not like, okay, I'm gonna beat every single character in the game in a Beyblade. What was the name of the mini game? Anyway, on a Eiyuden Chronicle, that you do that, man, and I got this dude and he's a fucking loser, you know, worst party member. That. But when it comes to annoying, Snow takes the cake, man. I fucking hate the guy. Or how about the guy in Suikoden 5? What's the name? Yuram, right? Yuram. Oh my god, that's the worst fucking character ever. Yeah, Crowley from Suikoden 2. Crowley. Yeah. Oh yeah, Euron Barrows. Yeah, 100 times more annoying than Snow. Yeah, I agree. Mazus? I don't know about Mazus. Yakuza Like a Dragon is a grind fest. It is. But you simply go to the arena and you nail it, man. You spend a couple of hours there and you're good to go for the rest of the game. Could you please say what was the JRPG you most regret playing? Final Fantasy 16. Like, I really regret it. Really. Trails Through Daybreak. I also regret that a lot. Which JRPGs have the worst early game hell? Shadowrun. It's not a JRPG, but it's just pretty fucking bad at the beginning. Oh, Shadow Madness on PS1. Also not a JRPG. Strictly JRPGs. How about Dragon Quest 8? You make it all the way to the boss and you die and it's game over because there are no fucking save points anywhere. 5 was the same. But no, like True Hell, like it's super hard at the beginning. I can't think of one right now, but I get the feeling there's gotta be some. Some that are like from the very beginning. The moment you start the game, it's fucking hell. Rondo of Swords. Rondo of Swords on the Nintendo DS. That's one. Like, oh my god. What happened to the music? Why do you hate Witchmont? Rondo of Blood on your Wii? I played Rondo of Blood on the TurboGrafx 16. Great game, one of the best Castlevania games. Symphony of the Night, and you're stuck? Welcome to the club. It's normal, don't worry. I don't know anybody who didn't get stuck in Symphony of the Night at some point. Are the Nintendo DS JRPGs better than the 3DS ones? No, I think I like 3DS JRPGs a bit more than the Nintendo DS ones. That's just me though. Besides Jean, who is the best waifu from every Suikoden game? From the first game, Jean. From this, oh no, Jean. Oh, I don't know, man. Some of my favorite waifus: Valeria, Kasumi. Jean. Oh, never mind. I don't know, man. There's so many girls. How about the girl that in Suikoden 4 that barely has any clothes? The ninja girl, what's her name? She's barely wearing anything, man. Any of the Trails games on the hardest difficulty? Oh, or the Ease games. Try any Ease game on Nightmare mode. Shadow of the Colossus theme? I don't think I can play anything from that game. Probably has copyright. Rondo of Blood you have to explore? Cold Steel and Nightmare. Oh, Kramer Jones is in the chat. He loves to brag about Nightmare modes being pretty damn easy. Yeah. It's not gonna work anymore, Kramer Jones. And wait, he's gonna make his case. He's gonna try to convince us. No, that's gameplays. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be released next year. The ninja girl in Suikoden 1 and 2 is Kasumi. I did mention her. Well, there's a ninja girl in Suikoden 4 that barely has any clothes. She's just wearing whatever here and whatever down there, and that's it. Any visual novel type games you are into? Not really, no. I like the RPGs though. I like Utawareru Mono, Sakura Wars, the Trails series. Almost visual fucking novels, man. But like regular visual novels that are not RPGs, like the ones you mentioned, not really, not a fan. Queen Arshtat of Falinas from Suikoden 5 was pretty hot. She sure was. You stopped waiting for remix because the games get censored. High five, me too. Like, I have no expectations for Fate Extra Remake. It's probably gonna be woke. What's your favorite Digimon game? Digimon Survive. Probably the only one I like. I don't like Digimon, except for Survive. Yeah, Suikoden 4 has some pretty sexy girl. There's another one you have to beat in a duel. I forget her name. She's also like, wow. Ah, that's a huge spike. I did a video called Top 10 Most Unfair Bosses in JRPGs. That was like 6 years ago. I think the boss you mentioned from Lost Odyssey was there. Fuck that guy. Have you watched any of the Utawareru Mono anime series? No, I don't see the point. I'd rather play the game. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't like to watch anime series that are based on video games and the story is like the same. It bores me. Like, give me something new, you know? Nocturne is quite hard also. Nocturne is one of the hardest motherfuckers games ever made. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, right? Any good Dragon Ball JRPG? Yeah, there's Kakarot on the PS4, Switch, Xbox One, I believe, PS5. That's a good one. And then there's Attack of the Saiyans on the Nintendo DS, developed by Monolith Soft, the guys from Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a good one. It's got its annoying parts, but it's a good game. Those are the Dragon Ball JRPGs I recommend. Those two. Well, Final Fantasy 16 can kiss my fucking Mexican ass. So I don't care about it one bit. Fuck is going on here? Can you guys... Hello? Can you guys see me? Okay. Can you guys hear me and see me? There. Okay. Okay, thanks. Kind of crashed. My computer kind of crashed. Do you... No, Roberto, I don't think so. Thank you, Beetlejuice. Appreciate it. See you next time. Merry Christmas. Nobody cares, Kramer Jones. It happens every now and then. K-Dead. YouTube does that on purpose. They hate me. Korean or Chinese RPGs you recommend? Banner of the Maid, Shan Yuan Sword, 7, Magna Carta 1 and 2, Crimson Gem Saga, Sword of the Vagrant. They just gave you a lot. Nah, I don't think I'll ever try any Pokemon games again. I tried a lot and that was more than enough for me for a lifetime. I don't know. Of course I do, Kramer. Why wouldn't I? You're never gonna beat me, man. Tri-Ace reached out to me several years ago and offered me Super Nightmare Impossible difficulty mode for Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria, and I beat it, and it was fucking easy as hell. You can't beat that. Just keep bragging about your games being easy on Nightmare. Top 10 non-Japanese-Asian RPGs? What? You didn't watch? I did. I have a video like that. I have a video with that title. It's called Top 5 Korean RPGs or something. You know, I did the video. I haven't done one for Chinese RPGs though. That would be a good idea. You cannot check it out sometime next year. That was exclusively for me. Because they know I'm the biggest hardcore player on the planet, So I was like, we did this game, this super insanely difficult nightmare hell mode for you, and I beat it, and it was fucking easy. In your face, Kramer Jones! That is the Merry Christmas goddamn Q&A, everybody. It's time for me to end this. To go. Because this is the last Q&A of 2025. So I guess I'll see you next year. I'll be live a couple of times, including on Twitch before the year ends, don't worry. But the Q&A is over. This was the last Q&A of 2025. See you guys next year. Take care. Have a great time. Merry fucking Christmas. And Happy New Year. Bye-bye.